Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel. Tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. And so very active shooter situation in Jersey City. It appears this started around 12:30, 12:40 p.m. Just afternoon today, where two persons who apparently were dressed in all black, a man and a woman, both with long guns, arrived on the scene in a U-Haul truck. I mean, this is all happening now, and it's still active right now. It's only 3:30 p.m., and I'm on the East Coast outside of Philadelphia, so we're about 3 hours into it, and they've basically holed themselves up in some. I believe it's called JC Kosher Markets, which is pictured right there. And there's a massive police presence right there. And here it is, like in Google Street Maps, right there. On Martin Luther King Drive, 223. Well, it says Country Road there, but I think it's also called MLK Drive in Jersey City. Apparently, an officer has been shot, and possibly two. That was just streaming live just 2 seconds ago. They just went offline, and there's cops everywhere across the street. And I believe they're trying to get to the office, one of the officers that was shot in the head. Supposedly this started in a cemetery, and the two gunmen retreated to the JC Kosher supermarket, which I believe is a supermarket with kosher Jewish items in it, or a Jewish-owned store. It might be in a Jewish section of Jersey City, and that may be playing into this. I really don't know. I mean, I know I'm doing this sort of on the fly, but it's ongoing right now. In this tweet right here, where you can hear gunshots in the background, this is from Yosef Rappaport, and active shooter in Jersey City now, in tiny budding Hasidic Jewish community next to a synagogue and yeshiva with children locked inside. Yeshiva, I don't even know if that's a school, Jewish school maybe. Heard and clip Yiddish voices. That's from only an hour and a half ago, or less, and you can hear the shooting. This is when I think it first began. There's other clips where you hear, there's just tons of gunfire going on. They're basically shooting at anybody that approaches the, I believe, where they're holed up at the JC Kosher supermarket. Here's just so you get an idea of, the gunshots.
Hi, who's shooting, Dave? Crazy story was going on.
That's in the very beginning. It got tweeted at 2:17 p.m. But by now, basically that street, I believe, is cleared, and it's nothing but law enforcement there, and many of them. Tons. There's police everywhere. So I'll play another clip in a second. All right, so this is a live stream. So this is a replay. Here's another clip of the gunfire.
They're telling everyone, stay inside and stay safe. And of course, again, we are going to be sure that we're safe as this ongoing shootout with police. You just heard another number of gunshots. We're going to back up again. You hear, the fire is getting louder and faster right now. We are behind the police tape still. This is happening at MLK at Bidwell, inside a bodega. Chopper just arrived over scene as well. As you can see, dozens of onlookers out here from the neighborhood who are shooting cell phone video as this is happening. And now the gunfire increased again. You can smell the gun smoke from here. Again, here's what we know right now. All of this preliminary, as you can see, ongoing situation. A possible ambush situation where law enforcement sources tell us at least one police officer was shot in the head. That officer, as far as we know, in critical condition. Inside a bodega where a man and a woman, at last check, were holed up inside. And the way that the gunfire sounds from out here, we see all the SWAT teams, the officers on the outside of the bodega. We can't see what's happening inside, but it certainly sounds like return fire.
It's crazy, man. So it says at least two police officers have been shot, and two gunmen are still being sought in an active shooter incident Tuesday afternoon. Authorities confirmed one of the officers was shot in Bayview Cemetery, and the other was believed to be shot in the area of Martin Luther King Drive and Bedell Avenue, which is where that dude was reporting from. At least two shooters were firing from a storefront on MLK at anyone who passed by. It is believed that one other person was shot inside the store, JC Kosher Supermarkets, located at 223 MLK Drive. The two shooters, a man and a woman, were dressed in black. They arrived in the area in a U-Haul van, each carrying long guns into the supermarket. Police said in a radio transmission at 2:44 p.m., police reported in radio transmissions that pipe bombs were located in the U-Haul. The shooting started just after noon. Gunfire could be heard at 2:10 p.m. That's that clip I was just showing you. All roads in the area were closed and schools were placed in lockdown. With the shooters firing at anyone they saw, police were forced to move slowly in trying to apprehend them. At 12:51 p.m., police reported that a person appeared to be shot inside the store near the front entrance. A man was in custody. Was taken into custody at Bayview Cemetery by Jersey City Police, but was later released. A New York Police Department helicopter is flying over the cemetery with alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosive agents. Also responding to Jersey City, police said on the radio, Hudson Bergen Light Rail Bayonne branch service is suspended in both directions. At 2:41 p.m., New Jersey State Police were preparing to evacuate Sacred Heart School across the street from the supermarket. And I mean, that's still active to the best of my knowledge. I just jumped on here right now trying to figure out what's going on, and I don't know where it stands right now, but I'm fairly certain it's pretty active. Those things are almost brand new. Law enforcement agencies are responding to an incident in Jersey City where officers were shot during a standoff. Called it an active shooter situation, and at least one shooter has been neutralized inside the bodega. According to law enforcement sources familiar with the ongoing situation, law enforcement sent in a robot to have eyes and ears inside the store where some of the shots were fired. So they're firing on the store, trying to take down the gunman. There's a man and a woman gunman. One of them apparently is neutralized, and maybe the other one is too. They're sending in a robot to see if that's the case. I've been briefed on the unfolding situation in Jersey City. Governor Phil Murphy, our thoughts and prayers are with the men and women of the Jersey City Police. ATF office in Newark tweeted Tuesday that agents responded to reports of an active shooter. Schools in lockdown. That seems to be the situation now. They're checking the store with a robot to see if both shooters have been taken down. We don't know how many people are inside the store. I saw reports that there was 4 people in the store. We don't know if there's others that are killed inside there or anything like that. I'm sure we're going to be finding that out. Multiple officers shot in the shooting situation in Jersey City. I mean, listening to that gunfire wouldn't surprise me if, in addition to the two officers that were shot, that basically, in the very early stages of this, if there isn't other officers, having taken fire, it wouldn't shock me at all. Burlington County Times. It's actually South Jersey, but SWAT teams responded to the scene, and police have blocked off major thoroughfare where the shooting occurred. The area has a Catholic school, some stories. I think that's supposed to be stores, a kosher supermarket, which is where I believe they're holed up, and a hairstylist. Gunfire erupted in the rain-soaked streets of Jersey City. One police officer was shot in the head, another was shot in the shoulder. Our thoughts and prayers are with the men and women of the Jersey City Police. Law enforcement sources cited WNBC New York said one individual with a long gun was firing from a bodega near Martin Luther King Drive. Frequent gunshots were heard in the vicinity of Hudson County SWAT Hudson County SWAT team along with the FBI, Jersey City Police, and agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives responded to the scene. All right, that's all that's known so far. You know, 2 officers definitely shot, 1 in the head. I don't know if they were able to get to that officer. I know earlier I saw reports that they were trying to bring in equipment, armored vehicle, to get to the officer who was down. I don't know if that's the officer that was shot in the head, shot in the shoulder, or both. And because anyone getting anywhere near the store was being fired upon by, one or both gunmen with the long guns inside the JC Kosher supermarket on Martin Luther King Avenue.
Our crew regrouped there, and they'll brief us on what was said.
They're in the process of somebody was about to give a press conference and then just abandoned it.
I presume the mayor's getting from law enforcement officials that is similar to the information we're getting, which is, again, this appears to be criminal in nature. This started with the shooting of a police officer. It then spread, and it just preliminarily appears to be coincidental that they arrived at that store in some sort of rental van that the suspects have been using. They went into that store. They engaged in a shootout with police. 2 other officers were injured. At least 2 civilians inside, we are told, were injured. The prosecutor office says only 1, and so we're just trying to get a casualty count exact, David.
All right, Jonathan, I know you've been doing some sourcing on this, but I'm being told by the control room, Mayor Phillip did confirm, in his words, if I understand our control room correctly, multiple people dead inside the supermarket. No firm number.
Wow.
Multiple people dead, and I know you were working on that.
That would explain if they're saying that 1 is injured, and we were told that 4 people were inside the store at the time of the shooting. The question is, how many of those 4 did not make it out as a result of this gun battle that took place? So there was a tweet from a local fire department that said that I'll read it to you.
Making a video about that shooting.
Multiple people dead inside the store from New Jersey Fire. Excuse me, that's a Twitter feed that deals with some of the local fire departments there. But the mayor then stating that as well. So this incident, the shooting incident, obviously growing in magnitude. That now not only do you have an officer killed in the line of duty, but it appears that civilians inside a store also killed as a result of the shootout. The question now is, we are told the 2 suspects are down. We don't know their condition, if both are dead, both are injured, if they are among the casualty count inside that store. All of that is still awaiting clarity from officials out in New Jersey. Again, the Jersey City Police still have the lead on this case with the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office, the feds, the FBI, the ATF, the U.S. Attorney.
So, and I just jumped back on here, before I was uploading this video to basically update, the video I just made. So, 1 officer was killed. I believe it's the officer that was immediately shot in the head. 2 other officers were shot as well. One of them was shot in the shoulder. The other one, I'm not real sure. They're expected to survive. There was a civilian shot. I don't know if that's in the store or outside of the store. I'm believing that that's outside of the store. And then there's reports that there were 2 of the 4 persons that were trapped in the store, caught up in, the shootout, that were shot themselves, injured themselves. But and we don't know their condition. But the reports are that multiple persons dead in the store. We don't know if that could be the potential gunman, which appear to be down at this point, both the man and the woman, who arrived at the store in the rental vehicle. And they were essentially, this was just a criminal homicide investigation. These officers were going to arrest them for some other previous crime that turned into this massive shootout that has now killed multiple people. At least one officer killed, and we don't know if the persons killed in the store are just persons that were in the store or the gunmen.
Inside the building. The thing they first told me, and of course we couldn't report anything we didn't know, but they said, how could anyone survive? How is it possible? What we just witnessed is 100, maybe 100 gunshots, and they were worried. They feared the worst. And again, we aren't certain yet, but from what we're hearing, the Jersey City mayor reporting multiple civilians are dead, and it's just adding insult to an already horrendous story with the officer who was shot and killed in this standoff. And we're looking now here. Let me see if I can explain to you what's happening, because it's kind of confusing. You've got
Multiple civilians dead inside the store. That's what they're reporting.
See what's happening surrounding the NYPD emergency rescue vehicle that's trying to get through the intersection. So the officers have cleared the intersection now. We were a block closer about 5 minutes ago, but
they're giving some final numbers now, and actually both gunmen are reportedly down and dead, and 3 other civilians inside the store, inside the KC kosher, it's JC, excuse me, kosher supermarket. 3 civilians are dead as well, so that's a total of 5 people are dead. 2 of them the gunmen, and also the officers. So a total of 6 dead so far. And but that just is coming across right now. That's the that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.